gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. So like you, we're eager to invite the community back into our small businesses in a safe and sustainable manner. I know everyone has made significant sacrifices over the past couple of months, and many of you have adopted in unique ways to keep your business going while its doors were shut. It has not been easy, but we appreciate what you've done to stop the spread of the virus and to keep our community safe. Charles County is now fully ready to move into stage 1 of the governor's roadmap to recovery. That means that our retail stores, personal services like hair salons and barbershops, and local houses of worship may reopen up to 50% capacity. We want to remind the public that you all are still safer at home, but we are prepared to invite you back into our businesses with the appropriate precautions in place.
I want to assure you and all residents of Charles County that all businesses in Charles County have been and continue to prepare to reopen in a manner that will allow us to safely serve our customers. The health of our community, customers, and employees is our top priority. At the Chamber, we understand how important it is for businesses to follow these guidelines in reopening. It's just as important to stress the other side of that. As we emerge from this pandemic, it's just as important that we support our local businesses. Strong businesses make strong communities, and our local businesses are the very backbone of what makes Charles County such a great place to live, work, and play. We are all aware of the need to rebuild our economy, to regrow our tax base, create more jobs, and more importantly, preserve our quality of life. That's why I encourage every resident, every homeowner to remember that the road to rebuilding our national economy begins with rebuilding our local economy.
Charles County opening. Charles County is ready to open under phase 1 of the governor's plan this Friday, and it's able to open up at this time for the same reasons that other places in the state now have been able to open also. That we've seen a decline in the number of beds used in the hospitals for COVID positive patients, a decline in the ICU beds, and we have sufficient capacity here in Charles County and in other places around the state now to be able to deal with this terrible virus. But the truth is that this virus is still among us. And in order for us to continue to be successful, we'll continue to need to do those things that are important to keep us safe, even as we open our industry and our businesses and begin to establish what looks like a normal life again.
Yeah, as you know, when the governor made his announcement, when he made the announcement to allow each jurisdiction the authority to opt towards phase 1, he essentially did give each jurisdiction an option to come up with a plan, if you will. The reports that we received from our health department were definitely favorable, but a majority of the Board of County Commissioners opted to basically extend that stay-at-home period for 2 weeks, and we voted to actually move forward with phase 1 on the 29th. Many factors are involved. I mean, certainly looking at health statistics more than anything else, but also in the abundance of caution, recognizing that concerns that have been raised by many of our citizens about the whole idea. And I believe a lot of that is just based on misinformation, because I think there's an impression that when you hear that we're reopening, I think people are putting that in the context of a literal reopening. And that's really not the case. And what we've done and what we've taken advantage of was this opportunity to actually provide additional information to the general public on what phase 1 actually entails. Well, that would definitely be a board decision. can only imagine that it will be a very engaging discussion. But it will be one that, we certainly anticipate. I think we're just as ready as any community in the entire state to move forward.
Church is always ready to serve God. But what I want to read to you today is a text from one of our members. She says, as a member, someone that has contracted the virus, that she is excited about the fact that we are being cautious as we regather. She says that the time that our commissioners have given us to rethink this situation has been the time that's necessary for us to learn more about the disease that she was stricken with. Our services have been on the parking lot since day one. We have been having something called Park and Worship. Our members have driven down because church is about people coming together. It's not about what the pastor says or what the pastor thinks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to take this time to just say that our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the family members that have lost family members and friends through this pandemic. And so I think throughout this whole conversation and how we move forward together as a community, I think first we need to remember those that we have lost. And I just wanted to take this time to just recognize those families and just remind them that they are in our hearts and our prayers. Thank you.